minute time to herself, to recover from times that were brutal and felt, hard, cold, and bitter, and everything else that made for small-minded society. The old hag no longer is milking the cow, nor up in the mornings minding her sow. A billionaire's lapdog, a role that feels so immensely agreeable. London, a master to quite an extent, was cruel and so distant, her back it was bent. She suffered for years through your abuse. Millions had died and there was no excuse. Coffin ships sailing on seas that were cruel, with nothing to eat except morsels of gruel. The water in wine cast bitter as hell, our thirst was incredibly torturous. The old hag no longer is milking the cow, nor up in the mornings minding her sow. A billionaire's lapdog, a role that feels so immensely agreeable. The old hag, however, survived and went on. She'd many fine children under the sun. Her master in Rome, he set up his house. In every corner and inch of this nation, God pity the poor hag, the poor toothless wretch. I'd bring her to market, but nothing she'd fetch. The dried up old fishwife who reeks of old herring, selling her wares while screaming and swearing. The master deceptive, dressed up in style, to hide the cruelty and continuous bile. He ranted and beat us, which we allowed, and supported him in his endeavors. The old hag no longer is milking the cow, nor up in the mornings minding her sow. A billionaire's lapdog, a role that feels so immensely agreeable. Our children were taken by the daughters of Rome, abused and backbreaking, they slaved in their homes. Children forsaken and sent far away, they lied that we lost them in childbirth. Now the sunrise in Rome no longer stinks, and an apple so big all around it does shrink. Far away patrons, investors and banks, smiling and laughing, the old hag gives thanks. The old hag no longer is milking the cow, nor up in the mornings minding her sow. A billionaire's lapdog, a role that feels so immensely agreeable. Thanks for the abuses, the payment of dues, the stealing of nations much closer to you than far off old fat men whose allegiance is to a nation whose one goal's destruction. The old woman, God help her, being raped again. Not Rome nor a Saxon, but fat foreign friends. We don't need foes to hate and disdain. We rolled out the carpet by invitation. The old hag no longer is milking the cow, nor up in the mornings minding her sow. A billionaire's lapdog, a role that feels so immensely agreeable.